Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Margene's Magnificent Tips and Treasures. I'm glad to be with you today. We have a wonderful topic to discuss that was given to me, the idea, by one of my online friends, so I thank you for that. You know who you are. Today's topic is on when to use your fingers and when to use your utensils when you're eating out with your friends or your loved ones. And it's hard to know sometimes. And there are some items that are surprising to learn about, such as pork chops. Did you know that it's perfectly acceptable to eat your pork chops with your fingers? A lot of people don't know that, but it is. You can pick them up and chomp right into that chop. Isn't that wonderful? Many of your meats on the bone are acceptable to eat with your fingers. And it's kind of a wonderful thing because it's not easy to cut your meat and keep knocking into that bone. That can get frustrating when you're out to eat with your friends. So remember that. Pick it up. Many of your barbecued items are perfectly acceptable to use with your fingers. For instance, corn on the cob. We mostly know that it's all right to eat that in your hamburgers, but it's nice to know that that is proper etiquette to go ahead and eat them, but properly cleanse your hands first. I think that's an important thing to remember, especially if other people are watching. Don't eat your coleslaw or your potato salad with your fingers because that just gets messy. So it's important to use your utensils for that kind of an item because it can get unattractive if your face and your fingers are all covered in that goo. So remember that when you're eating around people outside of the barbecue. Lastly, popcorn, one of our favorites here in America, and it's perfectly acceptable to eat that with your hands. If you're sharing it, again, cleanse your hands first. But you want to avoid leaning forward, that temptation to get your mouth over the popcorn and stick out your tongue and pop a little kernel in your mouth. It's awfully fun, and I'm sure we've all done it when no one's looking, but it's not appropriate if you're sharing your popcorn with someone because no one wants to eat popcorn when they know that somebody's tongue has been digging around in it. So it's important to remember that it's all right to use your hands, but not your tongue at the theater when you're eating popcorn. So those are my tips and treasures for this episode, and I hope to see you again real soon.